Everybody, what's up? It's Snoopy2 and welcome back to another episode of the Pokemon Plush Living Decks. If you guys don't know, I have been collecting Pokemon plushies for the last few years now, trying to get a single Pokemon plush for every single Pokemon made. And as you can see, we are making some nice progress through all of this. It has been a journey and we still got a whole lot more to get through. With that being said, today we have to actually add 3 brand new Pokemon to the living decks. And this one I'm really excited about because this is the first Pokemon Center plushie whole order that I've been able to do for a while. And I'm super excited to show these guys off because recently for Pokemon Worlds and Celebration, we actually got a bunch of brand new Pokemon bundles. And when you guys don't know what a bundle is, usually it's whenever a store will put something together or another business will put something together, sell it as a bundle, make it a little bit cheaper, and that's exactly what they did for various different years, such as the year that Pachirisu won. They had a bundle with some of the items themed after Pachirisu, like the plushie, as well as whatever might have been going on around that time. But there was one specific one that caught my eyes. It is from 2023, the Plush Pokemon Worlds bundle. And while a lot of them, I think most of them actually had plushies in there, this one was just exclusively plushies. So I had to get my hands on here because not only did it come with 2 sitting cuties, it came with a Paradox Pokemon, which I don't even have one of those yet. So I'm super excited to show this one that I got off. I think it was a pretty good one as well. Without further ado, guys, I'm going to show off the first 2. These are going to be sitting cuties, like I said. However, they are also Unova themed, so you know I'm getting a back-to-back awesomeness overload whenever it comes to these guys. So without further ado, let's show off the GOAT of the 2023 Pokemon Worlds Tournament. That, of course, being my boy Amoonguss. He is so freaking adorable. I love Amoonguss so much. And if you guys know anything about the memes that came with Amoonguss as of late, especially during the Pokemon Worlds, then you would know how much more loved he's gotten in the recent years. He's been memed, but also it's more of a beloved meme than memed on like he used to be back in the years. But I'm just super happy to have this little guy in my collection now. I've been wanting to get Amoonguss for a while. Just these are so expensive now. I am not a fan of how expensive sitting cuties are. Nobody's a fan of how expensive sitting cuties are. They are $10 worth of plushies. Why are they almost $20 now? I am so scared for what the whole system, whenever the Alola ones come out. I mentally am not ready for that, but we are going to go on and show off this adorable dude. The main thing that I first off noticed is that his head is kind of poofier than in the games. I feel like it should be a little bit more like this, but you know what? It's probably to just keep him up a little bit easier. You probably couldn't really do that without having to stuff him a little bit more. So I will at least take that. He is a pretty simple, but also a really cute plushie. I love the dark brown they actually did for the outlines instead of the black that you would see with a normal Pokeball. I really have a fascination with this golden dark brown for some reason. There's an Oshawott plushie that I have, I think the canvas one, and it also runs with that dark goldish brown, and it's just a really fascinating color to me. I don't know exactly what is that really gets me excited to see it for plushies. I wish a lot more plushies actually did them, but I think that this was definitely the right color for Amoonguss. And all in all, simple coloration for him. He's more of like a tannish, whitish color, but I think it works for him, of course. The face is adorable, and he is just all in all just a silly, goofy guy, and I'm super happy we get to add Amoonguss to our collection, which adds, of course, to the Unova collection, which is the main thing that I'm like, I'm excited for that. So yes, Amoonguss, you are added to the collection. But like I said, that is not all when it comes to sitting cuties, because we got another one, specifically another Unova one, that being Landorus. Let's get him out of his little baggy prison. But yes, we do have Landorus right here. His, was it Therian form? I believe is what it's called. And the first thing that I noticed is that you would expect this to be sewn together to keep it up, but no, it's not. His tail is not sewn together to his head. That is so strange for a Pokemon Center plushie. That's usually what I expect for them. But you know what? It is whatever. But also, you see this guy and you don't think 16 bucks, right? This does not seem like a $16 plushie. But yes, we finally add Landorus to our collection. We, of course, have to get all of the guys. We still got to get Thundurus. We got to get Tornadus. And, of course, the Elegant and the Marin. What did I just say? The elegant Enamorous. I don't know what just happened there. That was weird. Mouth, you okay? But yes, back to our boy Landorus. He looks really good for what he is. I was never a big fan of the Therian form. A lot of people liked it because it just kind of changed how they were. And I mean, it's okay with me. Both of the forms for them, I didn't really care too much about to begin with. Of course, it's being Unova, I do like him, but for the most part, the forms didn't really matter what they were to me. I didn't have a preference either way, but I do think that this looks really nice for what it is. Again, it is only worth $10 if I was realistically looking at these plushies, because like you see how bad these felts already pushed up and down. This does not scream the best when it comes to being made. So the fact that these guys are so expensive, ugh. But I'm not here to tear on Pokemon Center Sitting Cuties and Pokemon Center as a whole right now, because honestly getting these guys for cheaper was really nice to do, even if, you know, maybe it should have been the normal price that it would have been for all of them together. But this guy I think is pretty good for what we got. The plushie does look good for the most part. Some of it does have the printed fabric that it's going for, especially his tail, while some more of it actually has the full stitching in the back and the front. So I guess it's a pretty good combination of all the plushies that these guys really have. So I mean, I'll take it. I like Landorus for the most part. He's a silly, goofy little guy. So we have to officially add Landorus to our collection. This one though, this one I am super excited for, mainly because now for Halloween we have a brand new Pokemon to add to the whole setup whenever we start doing that. That of course being Fluttermane. Oh my gosh, she is humongous. That is awesome. We need to get her out of her prison, so you know. First things first, oh my goodness, is she so freaking soft and squishy? What the heck? Like I said, guys, I have never had a Paradox Pokemon, so I don't know exactly how they're usually made or what kind of fabric they use, but wow, this one is really, really nice feeling. Oh my gosh. The fabric feels really soft. I wish you guys could feel this too, just to kind of see. But wow, this is a really nice plushie. First thing is also, I love that coloration of blue and I love that coloration of purple. So the fact that we have that again from Miss Magius over to now having it for Fluttermane, gosh, this is such a nice plushie. I am now just looking at this. This was definitely worth getting that bundle for. I am super happy I got that. But yeah, you can see just how nice this was made. Honestly, this would be a more expensive plushie in my opinion, but also the sizing, it kind of depends on what I would actually be willing to pay. Whatever the price was originally, I don't think I was ever willing to pay. Maybe I might warm up to it a little bit more now that I feel how soft these Paradox plushies are and hope that they kind of carry this on with all the other ones. But this guy has been really soft and really fascinating so far. It has a little ghost body like that. The colorations, like I said, looks great. Feels amazing, feels soft. The facial features is so freaking cute. They have the beads for the necklace sewn on right here. So I think all in all, this is a really good Miss Magius Plus plushie whenever it comes to it. I have the Tomi's Miss Magius, and honestly, if I had one that was more like this for Miss Magius, that would honestly probably rank her up whenever it comes to Miss Magius in Pokemon in general for me, when it comes to, let's say, how far I like her as a favorite or not, because using her in that plush lock was really cool. However, after that, I didn't really have a meaning to use her, and so my like for her has kind of just stayed at that same central point. We're not talking about Misdrevious, we're talking about Fluttermane, and I think that this Fluttermane is definitely a nice representation. It looks like, I can't tell, no, okay, I was gonna say, I can't tell if this is like printed on fabric for the coloration or not. I don't think it is, but also I honestly can't tell for these, especially the little horns only. These ones you could kind of tell that it's not, but for these horns, it's just a weird coloration to the point I can't tell. And like the fabric that they actually used on it is a little bit different from the one on the main Fluttermane body. It's weird. It's weird, but I do think that this Fluttermane is definitely a nice little plushie. And if you're able to find it, probably for cheaper, I do recommend grabbing it and adding it to your collection. But yeah, guys, 2025 Worlds ended a few weeks ago, so the fact that we were able to get these guys going and shown off, definitely a highlight for the collection. I am super happy that I'm going to be doing some more videos coming out soon. You guys already know, these have been a really cool thing to show off, and the fact that I'm getting back into collecting and having the ability to get more plushies for y'all to see and me to enjoy, that means the world to me. But yeah, guys, it's going to be for me. Please answer the question of the day. Would you buy this bundle? And I think that's going to be it. So I'm going to head on out. Y'all have a lovely rest of your day. And I will see you guys next time. Peace out.